scene here. And once it has loaded for everyone, Argus still, yep, there he is. I'll center us and put on some atmospheric sounds. Where are we here? Okay, there we are. Okay, and then we can get right back in. And it is actually Augrael's turn.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Augrael's gonna start off with. Did you guys do a knowledge check on this thing?
I think Lucca did, because I think I determined the resistances that it had.
Okay.
And
Uh,
weaknesses? Well, I know at least the resistances.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know the resistance monster.
Augrael's gonna try to start off with a knowledge check because he can get. Well, it's probably resistant to precision, but he'll at least try it. What is the roll for it?
That would be religion, or if you have
Okay.
any applicable lore.
I don't think so. Yeah. Is it undead? I do have a +1 to checks on the undead.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll religion. Did it go? There we go. Oh, my bad. Made that private.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's a success. So you recognize it as, yeah, not just a shadow, but a greater shadow.
Okay.
Which would give you much of the same information that Lucca already got. And I'll let you ask one question about her stat block.
So you guys didn't ask or don't know weaknesses. I'll go ahead and ask for if it has any weaknesses.
Well, you know that shadows are vulnerable to light spell in the sense that any object that sheds magical light is treated as magical when used to attack the shadow. But on the other hand, I think you at this point you're all wearing magical weapons anyway, so it's not really that much of a difference. You're not aware of any other weaknesses.
Okay. Okay. He's going to stride over and try and swing at this thing, I guess.
The shadow in the corner.
Oh wait,
the other shadow. I should have mentioned that she has a habit of just kind of jumping into somebody's shadow to hide in it, and she can use somebody's or any shadow, and she's currently hidden, so you know roughly where she is, but you don't know exactly where she is.
That's the other thing that's been making this really hard is the 50% mischance.
And because she's hidden, we can actually target her with spells, so there is no disrupt on this.
So this is where she's in, and it's a 50% mischance, because I think Augrael would want to go for her, not the lesser one.
You could do that, or you already did your recall knowledge, so you probably don't want to use another action to seek, which is the way to spot her. Yeah, you can just take the 50-50 chance, sure.
Okay.
Okay, let's see the
Just roll a d20.
Yeah, I think I can prompt you for that. Hold on. There it is.
All right.
Oh, so you step up and you basically slash at your own shadow, and you manage to strike her.
All right. Okay. Is she? I imagine she's resistant to precision, but is she immune to it?
I don't think so, but do you do precision damage when there's concealment?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. If I do a successful recall knowledge, I get it, but I don't know if that...
I mean, if he's mastermind, he probably should get the sneak attack. It works like this, right? If he recalls knowledge from it.
I have a very hard time hearing you, Cars. What did you say?
Well, I mean, if he's a mastermind, he probably should get the sneak attack, right? It's okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything about unless it's something about concealment that just blocks all precision. I think it should work. Not that it matters much, given I rolled 2 1s on it, but
Okay, we'll take that. 7 points. All right. So you strike her, and you maybe you notice that as you like strike the shadow, you see some shadowy shape like move away from where you struck it, but it doesn't seem to do damage.
okay.
So there was actually 2, I believe. Nope, 3. The recall
Right,
knowledge move attack. Okay. So then we have that shadow in the corner, which has just been called into existence. So it is kind of like awkward coming to its senses in a way, looking like Ottardo, no less. And looks around, taking in what's going on here, and then it is just going to instinctively strike at Augrael once. Oh, whoops, that was a private roll to myself. That's not necessarily misses. And then it's going to try to jump into Augrael's shadow to hide. 21 might not beat all of you stealth DC, so or your perception DCs, I should say. Check your party sheet. What do we have here? You have 21, 21, 18, and 20. So actually, he did manage to beat all of your DCs. So that shadow is also hidden, but that was its turn. And then it's Ottardo.
Well, Dardo's not feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
I think Inspired Defense should still be in action, be working on everyone.
Yeah, it is still on Ottardo. What would he try here? Well, he's going to start by raising his shield.
Mm-hmm.
And while we have one foe to dispatch, he's going to try and get a swing very weakly,
Mm-hmm.
barely supporting him. Let's see.
Okay, that's like this. Well, that's a miss.
And then he's going to the side. Sister.
Okay. Steps away. Lucca.
So I know that on. Oh man, I don't even know how this works anymore. In the remaster, is alignment chart still a thing?
Nope.
Technically not. What are you trying to do?
Summon a creature, and I'm trying to figure out what's 1 step versus 2 steps away from me on the alignment chart.
Well, let's look at this both reworded. What is the spell exactly?
Summon Lesser Servitor.
Summon Lesser Servitor. This is considered legacy content. So, because it's from Secrets of Magic.
Oh.
That makes it tricky. What are you trying to summon? What would you like to summon?
A neutral creature. So I think no matter where I am on the alignment chart, it's 1 step away from me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in that weird null space between the editions. And we'll just treat that like a legacy thing.
I have no idea. Let's see how this thing works. Lucca is going to spend 3 actions summoning, and he is going to attempt to call forth a psychopomp. A creature that specifically loves to deal with undead and hope that this thing can help us. It is an Esobok that he is summoning. Esobok.
Okay, there it is.
Would it be okay?
And I'll give you access to it. I'll make you the owner. That we should be able to move it now.
Okay, so I'm gonna summon it right here.
What does it look like? What kind of creature is that?
The picture makes it look kind of like a black lion with like a big black mane, but instead of a lion's head, it has the crocodile's skull sticking
Yeah.
out. It's kind of like, I guess it's very Egyptian or Assyriani inspired.
Mhm.
And it's a medium creature, right? Yeah, it's medium. I'm only slightly familiar with its abilities, but is this a okay? So it has life sense. I don't know if that allows it to identify where this creature is. It allows it to detect undead, so. And it's not imprecise. It does have scent, which is imprecise, but it says life sense 60 feet.
Okay. And life sense. What did you say? It's imprecise.
No. It has imprecise scent, but since life sense is not imprecise, I'm assuming that means it can actually like specifically see with it.
Let's see. Life sense. You gain life sense. Allows monsters to sense the vital essence of living and undead creatures within the listed range. The sense can distinguish between the void energy and emitting. Much as sight distinguishes colors. Sense the vital essence of living and undead creatures. And it's a regular sense, so it should I'll say it works.
Okay.
So it has, I mean, it is unholy.
That's nice.
So then with life sense, undead and unholy.
Yeah, I mean, it says.
Oh, the counter force that animates the undead. Yeah. No, wait, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of living and undead creatures.
I mean,
The
if it's
sense.
undead, it can see it with life
Okay,
sense.
it can distinguish between the vitality. Yes, got it. Okay. Yep, you can sense it.
Okay. So it senses it clearly,
Mhm.
and it has an attack called Wrench Spirit. Oh, but it has to be grabbed first. Okay, so never mind that. It's going to start off with I guess just a regular old Jaws attack.
Okay.
Um, So let's see. Can I actually open this thing's sheet? Oh, I can. Excellent. All right. So we're gonna do some Jaws. Let me target 29.
That's a hit.
All right, which means it will deal 14 damage, and it has another feature called Spirit Touch, which allows it to affect incorporeal creatures as if it had the effects of Ghost Touch.
Yep,
And it deals 1d6
Excellent.
positive damage to undead when it hits with that.
Excellent choice. Damage
so-
goes.
Okay,
Should all go
I think we're not gonna die after all, so.
Okay. That is its first action.
Mhm.
It's just gonna do another. It's gonna do a claw attack as the second attack. Oh no, wait. Now it can. I think now it can do Wrench Spirit because it successfully bit. Yeah, a creature is grabbed. Oh, it grabs. It also grabs.
Okay, so that is a check now, right?
Um,
Because that's in the.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a change, right? So I don't know how
Yeah.
that works. So it actually has to check to see if it grabs.
Yes.
And so what? That's just an athletics roll from this thing.
Yes, exactly right.
Okay.
And it's without map. That's the
Without map.
And you can target the. Yeah, you still have it targeted. It should do the DC.
How
Oh, I guess
about
it
a 28?
that is enough.
All right. So now the spirit is grabbed. And now it's going to wrench spirit. If I, yeah, okay.
That was act 2, and that was action 3. Just wrench spirit. Okay.
Wait. No, does it require an action to grab the thing,
Yes.
or is it? So it's now separated from the attack completely.
Yes.
So what's the point of having the grab feature if it's its own action and you have to make a roll for it? Isn't that just like an athletics check to grapple?
That it doesn't take the map.
That's the only advantage.
I'm pretty
No
sure.
map? Okay. All right, and then in that case, since it's a summon, I only get 2 actions, so it's done.
Okay. Soma.
Okay.
All right. Wait, hold on. I need to make sure that because the shadow is grabbed.
Lucca yells, "Just back away! It can't hide in your shadow anymore if it's stuck there."
Is it? But if the thing actually grabs the shadow, can Soma see it? Can Soma see it?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll say that forces it into view, and it would do. Yeah. I feel like that's
Yes,
the only thing.
Thank you. Okay, then I think Soma will present strongly the holy symbol of Erasteel and recite a prayer, making the use of that holy relic to cast the Disrupt Undead on on the shadow.
Okay, trying to save. Fails.
Yes.
And we'll do basic damage.
Basic. I would not call that basic because that just devastates the shadow. Still holding on though.
Oh, Father Hunters, do not fail us now. Please give us your blessing and shed the light on this unholy. No offense, Lucca. And well, yeah. And for my next last action, I think. Huh?
Shouldn't there be extra damage there?
I don't think so. I mean,
It didn't work with the automation, maybe.
it would have calculated if it was actually vulnerable to.
What
But
extra damage would you expect?
because I think we've established that these things are weak to positive damage, or do full damage for
No.
positive damage.
No. It just takes
I
everything.
don't have a weakness.
Okay, so it's just full
goes
damage.
around every 6 seconds.
Yes, and for my last action, I will try to battle medicine Ottardo, so he won't die.
Okay.
It would be battle medicine, treat wounds, normally.
Nice.
So Soma is being multitasking like crazy. So.
Okay. So the shadow, the greater shadow, is pissed. Getting grappled by that weird looking bird baby creature thing. Definitely gonna try to get out of here. So that would be a isn't acrobatics allowed in place of the
I don't
It's
know how this
it's
works
always
anymore.
yeah. It's always an option. Athletics or athletics,
you attempt to
or an
escape
unarmed strike.
grab the check using your unarmed against the DC. Is that well, does her hand count as unarmed? Who knows? Well, attempt acrobatics instead of your attack modifier if you choose. Okay, I'm gonna use acrobatics to get out of here. The DC is the athletic of the Psychopomp, so DC 20. Here we go. Fails.
Yes.
That second attempt with the map, which I haven't put in, but it is enough. So, but that leaves just one action, which she's going to use to try and hide. Yeah, she's going to try to slink into Augrael's shadow and makes that at least successfully. Okay, so that's her turn. Augrael.
So when it's hiding in my shadow, can I seek it with an action?
Yeah, you can seek it. Yes.
Okay.
So
This is pretty wounded, right?
you
Thank you.
go.
Blind or? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, please. Yeah, you see some weird, dark shape kind of convulsing in your own shadow. You think that's her?
Okay. I'm going to also use an action to do analyze weakness.
Next time you deal damage to the chosen creature with a strike before the end of your turn and an additional 2d6. Okay.
Just thinking about where he poked it last time. That didn't work. Gotta poke it somewhere different. Let's see if we could hit.
Nice.
That is a hit.
No. All right, and then
And why does it count? You can take damage.
Why does it what?
what is it? What? Yeah.
Why does this trigger sneak attack damage?
Because he,
Because I recall my knowledge on it.
yeah, he mastermind.
Oh, that's. I'm sorry. What's the ability that lets you do that again?
It's the mastermind, if I recall knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh, that's a neat combo. All right. So that's 21 points nominally, and she doesn't take any of that.
Oh, brutal.
Isn't it a magic weapon? Really?
Yes.
Wow. No.
This is a magic
Okay.
weapon.
It is a magic weapon, but I guess she's immune to. She must be immune to sneak, and then she has damage resistance 10.
Bummer. All right. Looks like I can't hit her.
Is she? Oh yeah, because she's incorporeal. I would assume that gives.
Oh,
her...
she's immune to the sneak attack damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Bummer. That is my 3 actions.
All right. I'm gonna have to check in real quick with my family because we had a tornado watch and we just got moved to tornado warning. So I'm gonna have to see if that's actually something we need to take seriously. I'll be right back.
That's probably a good thing. Check.
Do tornadoes happen that far up north?
Not typically.
Yeah.
I mean, Moscow basically had, well, it didn't have a tornado, but we had like a huge storm there, so it's the season. Some
I don't think they usually form in mountains area. And he lives in Vermont, so
Yeah.
it's pretty unlikely.
Oh, I should have used the ghost touch lantern.
Oh right.
Damn,
Oh
I
yeah, that's
I
we
forgot
talked about
about
that
that
last time too. We were like, oh yeah, Augrael has the stupid lantern designed to fight ghosts.
I totally forgot about that. And I was looking and I was like, what can I do? Oh, gotta have that. Damn.
Also, Suma's been holding out on Disrupt Undead. Where'd that come from?
well, I've been holding out on this because like I couldn't target this thing, so otherwise I would have been blasting it all the day, all the time. It's this thing.
Yeah, that hidden thing is really brutal.
All these ghost-like creatures are immune to sneak. I should have thought twice about bringing a rogue into Abomination Vault.
No, you're fine. You just need to get a ghost touch weapon.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how that would interact with the precision damage. Now that I think about it, I don't know if it would.
I'm not sure it helps it. Oh. Actually don't know.
Oh, they're cheap. It's only 75 gold pieces to get a rune.
The ghost touch?
Yeah. A weapon etched with this rune can harm a creature without physical form. A ghost touch weapon is particularly effective against incorporeal creatures, which almost always have a specific vulnerability to ghost touch weapons. Incorporeal creatures can touch, hold, and wield ghost touch weapons. Ah, that's fun.
I'm surprised Lucca etched that on all his bones.
I don't make physical attacks on anything. Like, I have nothing to. Trust me, I've thought about it, but it's like I have a dagger. I've never used it, so.
This creature is cool though. The evil lock.
It is when you can, see it. Or oh, you mean the thing we're fighting?
Yeah, the
or
one
the
you summon. Yeah, the one you summon.
Yeah,
Pretty perfect
I
for
mean,
this.
I've been, I've had that spell since pretty much the beginning, and I've constantly been looking for like good things to summon against the kinds of creatures we fight in here, and it's only now that I've hit this level that I can actually summon like this guy who's obviously great against ghosts and undead and stuff. But yeah, before this I couldn't summon him with the spell, so
I got so desperate that I was just about try to throw these things into the shadows.
Nice. That actually maybe might have gotten rid of the shadows enough for us to at least spot it. Man.
But then again, I would have to throw them into concealment again and try to hit in the first place.
There is one spell that I've been dying to take that I've never been able to justify taking. It might have been a good choice against this kind of creature, though. Although I think I still would have had to make an attack roll, which would have been... No, it's a saving throw. But this thing has really good dex. I don't know. Inner... Okay, it would have worked against this creature, too.
Which spell is this again?
I don't want to say what it is, because if I do take it for Lucca, it's going to be a lot of fun when he
Okay.
when he pops it out.
Yeah.
I need to fit it into my schedule. of spells.
Still here. I think I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on what's happening outside, but so far it's okay. We have a they have it is a tornado warning, so you get a notification on your phone that says in all caps, "Seek shelter now." But we're on the edge of the area that is affected, and it's like not clear sky, but it's not dark and crazy out there. So I don't know. We'll see. If I cut out or have to jump off, you'll know why. Where were we? So Augrael. Yes, I would assume that. Let me figure this out just to make sure that the automation is not making this hard. I think incorporeal is immune for against sneak attack. That's where that's coming from. Yes. You usually have immunity to effects or conditions that require physical body, like precision damage. Okay.
Got it. Got it.
And the remaining damage wasn't high enough to cross her regular
Yeah.
resistance.
All right.
That's it.
Yep. That's my
Um,
action.
All right, then from the corner, the other shadow lashes out at you. Make sure that I have the right sheet. Tries to strike Augrael, hits you. Does 7 points of damage to you.
Ottardo's going to intervene here,
Nope.
Mhm.
and he will use his react. Will grant Augrael 8 points of damage.
Damage reduction against any kind of damage, including void.
Yeah. Let me just double. His resistance to all damage equal to 2 plus your level.
I don't. Am I resistant to void because of ghoul? Because I just did the
Oh.
Oh yeah, you should just be immune to it.
I might be immune to it.
Oh, you're right. There you go. You take no damage. Which the shadow realizes now and is gonna jump back into hiding. Successful.
I can be immune too, Shadow.
And then it's Ottardo.
Okay. Well, Ottardo is going to rest his shield. Take a step forward and attempt to put the main shadow its misery.
Oh, that's the flat check.
No. Yeah.
The flat check came through, but then it was a miss.
Yeah.
So, I believe that's your turn.
Yep.
Okay,
That's
Lucca.
always unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, first things first, I'll just sustain the spell and have it keep on trying to chomp away at this guy. Gonna try a Jaws attack first.
Mhm.
31
Strikes.
for only 6 points of damage.
Oh boy, that is more of a nuisance. Why did it take 8 points?
I don't know.
Do that? Okay.
And I will wow, I rolled a 1 and a 2. Okay. I'll try to... I guess I'll grab again. I'd like to finish it off, but I think I'd rather just hamper it, because I don't want to take that MAP. That map. So... grab. Can I... Will it actually make the roll, or do I just have to... No, I have to go up here, okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So,
Well, Lucca will still take his remaining actions to... He has to see it, right? He can't see it right now.
no, it is hiding.
Yeah, that's the trick. All right. I don't know. Do I? I mean, I succeeded on my knowledge check before. I know I dispelled the effect on Ottardo in the past, and when he was having his shadow like partially pulled away, and he was just taking a status penalty. Would it be clear to Lucca, like, if he dispels magic on Ottardo, will that make the shadow return to Ottardo? Like, is he's because Ottardo's still under a penalty, right?
Yes. Mm. Let me see. No, you don't think that dispel magic would help here?
Okay. Um. Dude, okay. And I know that fire is not very effective either. I think, right? Because it's resistant to all damage except for certain. Yeah. Okay. This is a wild idea. I don't know if you. I don't know how you'll decide this interacts with everything, but I'm going to use my remaining 2 actions to cast Floating Flame.
Okay.
And I'm going to stick it, right in this thing's square.
And it fails. It's
Ooh.
Might be enough damage to get through, actually. That was a good roll.
yeah, some of it goes through,
Very nice.
but it's clinging to the shadow it's hiding in, apparently.
Well, okay. So here's my question. There's now a ball of fire in that square. Is there still a shadow there for it to hide in?
Mm. It is such a weird ability because it doesn't actually interact with the shadow any kind of way. And I'm gonna give it a penalty to its. I'm gonna give everyone a bonus to a sneak action, and I'll give her a penalty to a DC in that.
Well,
You
square,
could-
but
Look,
You could also just make it like lesser concealment.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's a good idea.
have you heard the expression that the brightest light casts the darkest shadow?
Yes, but the light is literally right there.
Um,
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Son. Whatever you decide.
no, I think reducing it to a DC 5 makes sense. Yeah, that you still see like shadow stands, but it should be a little more obvious where she's hiding. Yeah.
Okay. And that's my turn.
All right, Soma.
Okay, so so you mean DC 5? It's to seek it, right?
Well, the flat check is now a 5.
Ah, well, okay. I will try to use the thing that I was saying to do. So Soma will produce one of the sling bullets from her pocket and use telekinetic projectile on the shadow.
Ooh.
flat check first. And
I didn't roll it. But hey, give me 0 point. Fuck this.
It's a d20, sure. Yeah, okay, that's a success.
Okay. I like it.
Oh my god. It's like when the hero point doesn't screw you on the reroll, it'll screw you on the pull-up, of course.
Fine.
Okay, so you have one last action left, I believe.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, someone draws her sword. Where is it? Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Alright. So it's the Greater Shadow's turn, and I think let me see it. What has it on here? Yeah. Well, it's concealed, but in the flickering light of that ball of fire, you see the shadows like dance, and then at some point maybe it's almost like a black oil that sort of runs down and pools on the tile below that flaming sphere, and then just kind of to seep away into the stone itself. And then it's Augrael's turn.
Augrael's like, should I use the lamp? Kind of forgot I had it. My bad. I don't know. What do you think that you guys think it's worth it to try and?
Yes!
Oh,
All right,
yes, we
all
still
right.
have one of those things.
It's a literal anti-undead light, and this is a shadow made of undead and darkness.
All right, I guess I'll do it. So he'll use one action to pull out the lantern of empty light. And then he will direct the lantern's light upon a single incorporeal undead creature within 60 feet.
Yeah, I believe you will have to have a lot of sight though. So right now the
Oh.
hidden, so you need to
Right.
see
And I
it.
pulled it out.
Yeah.
So I'll. Is it worth even seeking it on this round? Because
Well,
it's just gonna.
most likely it'll be hidden by the time your turn
Yeah.
again.
Wait, at which point it is the ghost touch lantern?
What do you mean?
I
Sorry,
mean,
what was that?
is that the correct lantern? I mean, it says target one living creature.
At the bottom, there's a
Yeah,
second
it's
use.
at the bottom. The second.
Ah, sorry.
Hmm. So he'll just. Can I ready the interact action if I do see it somehow?
You can only ready a single
okay.
action.
Okay. He'll just put up a shield for right now.
Well, here's what you could do. You could ready a seek. So whenever it hides, you can seek immediately, and if that fails, you still have 3
okay.
actions on your
Yeah.
turn.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. So
That's what I'll do.
we'll do.
Good call.
Okay. So then it's the Shadow's turn. It has realized that Augrael is immune to its abilities, so it's going to focus on Ottardo instead. Reach out at him from the protection of the shadow. That's a 36, which is just barely not a critical, I guess. Oh no, actually I used the wrong sheet.
It's just.
I'll take that back. That was the wrong sheet. I knew that would happen sooner or later. Here we go. So it's just a 20, which misses. Then it follows up with a second one, also a miss, and then it's gonna try to hide again. 29. So that Augrael an opposed perception roll now. Matt, you're here.
Yeah, sorry, I rolled that. Just a perception roll, just straight up.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, 1 second. There we go, sorry.
Hey, well, it manages to hide,
Brutal.
and it's Ottardo's turn.
Okay, well, Ottardo's target in front of him. He will raise his shield and uh, attempt to strike.
Nice. Oh no. That enfeebled hurts so much.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, if nothing comes through.
He's gonna try that again.
Okay.
Ottardo, stop hitting yourself!
Trying to get it back in place.
And some of this goes through. Definitely more than with the other show. Seems to be more effective against this one. That's your turn.
That was it, yes.
All right, Lucca.
Alright. Lucca moves his little ball of death over. We'll sustain this guy and make him make a reflex save. Yeah, I can post it again in a second. Just need to pop it out. Wait, no, now Lucca's making the save. Can I just repost the spell? No, okay, sorry. Yeah. It's the DC 22 basic reflex save.
Okay. Reflex fails.
Alright, so I can now just roll the damage though.
And some of that goes through.
And he's gonna sustain the summon to make it move over here with a step, and then a bite. Oh yeah.
That's a hit.
Another 15 points.
Another 15 would go down, go through fully. And oops, sorry.
And he has one action left, which I guess he'll now. I mean, probably should have done this in the first place, but he'll. After that rousing success, he's going to intimidate this thing. Try to demoralize it, if it can be demoralized. So, that's right, Shadow! You're going to get what's coming for you, which is light and undead eating monsters.
Let's see that roll.
You better fall back in line with my friend here as soon as I find my action.
$22. I mean, it's a very young shadow. It was, so it doesn't really understand the world around it, and you get the sense that it is somewhat intimidated by your presentation
Nice.
there. So that is frightened 1, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's frightened 1.
That's it.
And Soma.
It will take all my reactions, but since someone already presented the holy symbol, she will wrap the chain of the holy symbol around the pommel of the cooperation sword and use all her free actions to. Where is it? Use this effect of Hunter's Brooch. Make the cooperation sword a deadly D12 trait, or no, fatal D12 against undead for 1 minute.
Okay. you can actually drag that.
Yes,
Effective.
and
Yeah.
it actually asked me to pick the blade specifically, so...
Nice. Is that your turn?
Yes, that was my turn, so she directs her prayers to the to Erasteel, raises the blade above her hand in a very heroic manner, and that's it.
All right. And I would assume we see like a magical divine glow engulf the blade itself as the magic.
It worked the last time, so I suppose it will do as well.
Oh man, we're getting dumped in rain right now. I don't know if you hear any of that, but okay, that's fun. Augrael.
Let us know if you have to go. That's it's the drawing.
I just don't
That's
know.
true.
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
windy, I can see pretty far. It looks like it's gonna be over soon, so I don't know. Augrael, yeah, your turn.
Oh, I'll try and seek it with my first action.
Okay.
Just as a quick question, did the other shadow not show back up?
No, it didn't.
Hmm.
Hiding! Like the coward that it is!
Yep.
Like all
Oh,
Ottardo.
the major
dead.
one is still hiding. It's the other one that we can see.
Correct.
I think Augrael might wait then with that. He's like, should I kill this little one with it or wait? I'm gonna wait.
Do you, bro?
So he'll again ready a seek action if the other one shows back up, or yeah,
All right.
because he doesn't want. He thinks the bigger one's the more obvious threat.
Okay. Okay. And then it's the little shadow's turn, and it's gonna repeat essentially its routine from earlier. Or actually, it knows that the little bird creature is dangerous, so it's gonna attack that instead. But it doesn't get the bonus from being hidden. So I'm just gonna remove that effect. Here we go. And then we're gonna try to strike once. Ooh. Wow. 22.
Ouch.
Otto is going
yeah, I
to
don't,
use
I don't
reaction.
think it has any... you use your reaction?
Yeah.
Protect.
So
like a
that,
puppy.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, so that's 8 points of damage resistance, and he will try to.
What are you doing? It's a minion!
It's the MVP minion. Keep it alive.
Ottardo, you don't understand. It took that hit so you didn't have to. It's supposed to do that.
I think Ottardo does in such categories. All right,
Oh, it's resistant to void.
it should be.
Okay. But you should.
Oh, it does
you
have
should
it has 5 void resistance, so it actually should take
But
even
you should
less, right?
you should replace that with resistance 8.
Oh, I see. Okay, they don't stack. So it should get 3 back. Okay.
All right, and then if I interpret that here, Ottardo tries to strike but fails the concealment. Okay, and then we have a second strike from the shadow, another crit,
Oof.
28,
Oh.
and then it's gonna try to slink away into the shadow, which it does successfully.
Maybe I
Wait,
should
it was
kill the
all.
little one.
Okay, no, sorry.
Wait, so it hit my guy again?
Yes,
An adult 28?
yes,
Okay. Okay, that's okay.
and then it's Ottardo's turn.
Wait, why did I not take the damage? Sorry, I'm all screwed up here. There we go.
Sam. Emma, are you with us?
Yep.
Ah, it's your turn.
Okay. Ottardo will use his shield and then he will try to get his shine. Fail and then tries again
That's it.
and fails.
Misses. All right, Lucca.
Yeah. Reflex save, please.
And that's his turn.
Right. Reflex save. Reflex save. There it is. Ooh, crit fail.
No, that should just be a failure. DC 22.
Yeah, but it's a natural one.
Oh, never mind. I might just burn up here then. 28 points when it's doubled.
And it does indeed burn away the shadows, shadow stuff, essence. And you're ready yourself for the other shadow to appear. I would imagine that Augrael, like with the lantern in hand, turning this way and that way, but it doesn't.
Yeah, he's just doing 360s in this room.
And
Lucca's like, quick! I only have these up for another few seconds. Open the doors. Find the damn thing.
And I mean,
No
those
sense
of you
caution.
who made their religion checks, you know that shadows are incorporeal and can just slink or can just like meld into the stone and wait there indefinitely until they regenerate over time? Until they find out if they heal and
wasn't there some rule or something that said that you can't in the stone? You can
I
go
was under the
through it.
impression they could only pass through it, but I might be thinking of D&D.
no, they can sink into it. They just can't. When inside an object, an incorporeal creature can't perceive, attack, or interact with anything outside the object. And
Oh,
if it
okay.
starts to turn in an object, it's slowed one until the end of its turn.
Ah, okay.
And they, so yeah, so basically, you know that it's probably somewhere in the floor right now because it can't get very far very quickly, but it can stay there for as long as it wants to, and it can't perceive you as well, so it's unlikely that it'll be able to launch damage.
All right. In that case, I guess. I mean, Lucca will. Oh, I could have done this. Oh well. I'll maintain the spells for as long as I can, but I'm assuming it won't pop up in the next, less than a minute.
Indeed, it doesn't. And I should also point out that Ottardo's shadow returns.
Nice.
And Ottardo, that also makes the enfeebled condition go away.
Sorry, guys,
Alright,
I'm having difficulty hearing you. Everybody's cutting out degree for me.
okay. I was saying that your shadow or Ottardo's shadow returns, and that makes the enfeebled condition go away.
Oh, okay.
You've opened doors to the west here, so what you see is a tunnel or a corridor um, of some sort of passage that ends at a cave in, and I would say you can barely see that beyond the cave in there's some sort of door, but it would require a good amount of work to clear the cave in enough so that you could get to it.
Well, I don't think we want to spend much time here, so let's check other doors.
Yes, indeed. That shadow has resorted to the baser nature of all incorporeal beings and resorted to hiding under their feet. Well, we're still here, he says. He starts pounding his feet on the ground.
I don't think he can hear you.
Can Ottardo do a check to identify the creature that Lucca summoned?
Uh, you can do it. I believe that's a knowledge religion. time? Did you hear that?
Yeah, he rolled.
DC 22. Sorry. Take me a moment here. There it is. Yeah, you identify that as a psychopomp, an isobok, as it is known, brute hunters and pugnacious sentinels that serve as the guard dogs of the boneyard. Anything specifically that you were wondering about?
No, he just wanted to know what type of creature it was, and you mentioned to Lucca, you're not afraid of calling attention to yourself?
Well, I have complete control over it. Are you afraid of the weapons you wield?
No, but I mean it will buff back into its plane, and you know how things feel about. And
You think he's gonna snitch to his boss?
well, I think
mean,
it knows who it's against.
yeah. Lucas like, Luca kind of waves him off, and he says, like, "Look, Ottardo, I wouldn't expect you to understand these things, seeing as you have never been beyond the material plane yourself. But uh, as it turns out, there's lots more important things going on than some skeleton wandering around in a dungeon who momentarily inconvenienced a psychopomp.
All right then.
Besides, I set it on undead. It did exactly what it likes doing, so I think we have a certain sort of simpatico.
You're kind of betraying your own kind, Lucca. You know that, right?
I have no association with these incorporeal cowards.
Exactly.
Cowards.
Them incorporeals are the worst.
Besides, I have not been sent here to make friends with undead or anything of that sort. I've been sent to destroy them, so...
Augrael will start checking out this room.
Soma carefully watches if anything happens to Augrael.
Okay. So you enter the adjacent the door to the adjacent room and step aside and find a sort of like a guard chamber annex to the octagonal room that you were in before. Um, there is an interesting looking but unfortunately empty weapon rack, and as you check it out, you notice that one of the hooks is actually a cleverly disguised mechanism, and as you can't help but flip that switch, a section of the wall slides away, and a secret corridor opens up. There's also a door over here. That's just a regular door.
Look, a secret passage.
By sweet wings of death now, Augrael! What do you think you're doing touching the weapon racks? You've seen what the last one did! I swear, you will make 3 undead in this party in this way. Because I will take from a heart attack.
You done quite well, Augrael. I won't admonish you for finding a secret passage.
I have a very short memory.
Of this door. I believe it should...
Before we
yes,
go
it
further,
does seem-
could we sit down for 20 minutes just to uh, catch my breath for a second?
Yeah,
Sorry,
of course.
Ottardo, I know it's really bad, but that thing is still somewhere below. I think we should put at least some distance between us and that room before we sit down.
Okay, then that's fair.
Anything of interest here?
Oh, and they went completely different directions, of course. Okay, sorcerer, you go left, I go right.
It's just a small corridor. Short.
With door here.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Okay,
Where I
so
No,
go
no,
first.
no. Keep going, Ottardo. We'll cover more ground this way.
yeah, the other time. So, Lucca and Soma, you step into that room next to the guard chamber, which circles back around and then towards that arrow slit.
Mhm.
You know, you've seen them behind the portcullis. There were some arrow slits, and you're now on the other side of it. This room also has a dusty weapon rack, and you see something stashed behind it, which strikes your fancy because it looks kind of interesting, almost like a beak of some kind. And they turn out to be two Bloodseeker beak talismans.
Oh, I know what these are. These are Bloodseeker beak talismans. You hit an off guard. Augrael might like these.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we should. I think this is quite specific for.
They are consumable, so it's make sure you use it when the
Okay.
time is right. But here you go, Augrael. Should make your precision attacks even more effective when we're not fighting undead or incorporeal undead, I should say.
Or constructs.
Can I affix it myself and then just activate it when I want to, or how does that work? Okay.
So talismans are consumables, and you affix them, and they get triggered when the conditions are.
You,
Oh, actually, that's true. It's a free action to activate. You just concentrate.
yeah, but you do need to spend 10 minutes or something to fix it first.
Affix it. Okay.
Um, Can Lucca just wants to pop off a quick detect magic in this room just to make sure he's not missing anything before he leaves?
All right, and it doesn't register anything.
Okay.
Hey, Augrael, you walk down that hallway. Dusty,
Mhm.
it's cobwebs everywhere, of course. This one seems to be particularly untraveled. I mean, other hallways in the complex, at least monsters sort of go through there every now and then. This one seems to have fallen in disuse a long time ago. And at the end, there's a
Okay.
little wooden door, or regular wooden door, and you open
You'll
up
pop it open.
like living quarters of some kind.
Ooh.
Dust neglect cover a bed that's sitting here, a warped wooden wardrobe, and a large footlocker at the end of the bed.
Ooh, okay. Argo's gonna go right for the footlocker.
Okay, and I'll let everyone kind of follow up here. Okay, and then I'm gonna freeze it because as you go to the footlocker, something's gonna happen, and we'll roll for initiative first
Heck,
to see how that happens. So everyone
shut
can
up.
roll their perceptions for initiative.
Excellent. Oh, I'm in the back. It makes sense.
And where are we with the initiative tracker? There it is. Okay, so what happens is that Augrael, you about to reach for that footlocker when out of the shadows under the bed, the dreaded greater shadow emerges and kind of like shoots out and hisses at you and yells at you in Necrol, which obviously you understand. It's like, no, you will not touch my stuff. And then
Oh, look, it's the coward.
uh so here we go. Use stealth for initiative, so it'll be at the top of the round here, and I'll just touch you once.
Ooh.
Oh
Off to a good
no!
start, 31 damage.
All
Oh
right.
no!
Oh wait, is
It's
it
all
void?
void.
Yes, it's
all
all void.
Oh
So it's all
no.
Augrael blows a kiss at the shadow.
and she'll use a second action to melt into the floor. And
Damn it.
she basically, it looks like she's kind of like backing off into the shadow of the bed, but you can see with your dark vision that she's actually backing off into the stone tiles. And even though she barely has any facial features in this, shadowy form, you can see her like anger, and her infuriated face leering at you as she backs up into the darkness. And that was a very brief encounter, but that's it. And she understands that she has no way of hurting you right now. Yeah, okay, so you go to check out the footlocker. Let's see if it's locked. No, it's not. So I can just reveal it to you and you are be able to loot this. I should say though that there's a book in here which is more of a collection of notes, kind of like a little notebook, and it looks very fragile. Like I mean, if you pick it up, you'll notice that it's kind of like crumbly, and it seems very very fragile.
Augrael definitely used to like crumbly books from his collection in the library, so he'll be as careful as he can with it.
Yeah.
Picking
Other
it
than
up,
that,
yeah.
yep. Other than that, there is a remarkable looking hat in there, which looks kind of like the hat that the shadowy creature's form was wearing, and a pouch of tiny emeralds.
Do you guys know what this hat is? This looks weird.
Oh, there's something going on over there.
Please don't pause us. Please don't pause us.
Oh,
Yes,
yep.
I'd love to come take a look.
Yeah, like someone will again draw the blade and will stand around waving the holy symbol of Era still around, just fully prepared to start blasting things.
Let's see. Unusual headwear. And pouch of emeralds, so that's lovely. Always liked emerald. Or maybe that's. Never mind. Let's see. I guess can Lucca attempt to identify the hat?
Yeah, feel free to use any of these.
It will take. I think it. I mean, it takes 10 minutes to try to identify. I don't know if we want to take the time right now or not with that thing lingering. Let's see. What am I most? Arcana would probably be best here. Yes, Arcana. Okay, I'm an expert in it.
Look at all these poisons.
Okay, so you hang out here for 10 minutes. Well, let's see.
That I don't like that.
Okay, so what happens is as you stand around while Luca is inspecting this, maybe searching the rest of the room, Ottardo, before you can really react to it, from under the bed, the greater shadow appears once more, and with a furious hiss, just tries to grab you. Oh, but critically misses. What?
Your turn.
It then tries again, this time succeeding, doing some damage. And then she's going to try to hide in your shadow. Successfully. Hold on. Okay, and then it's Augrael's turn.
Okay, and he can't see it right now.
Well, you
Can I
just
try
know
and seek?
where she is. Yes, you can see for sure.
Is there a prompt or should I just roll perception?
Oh, you just roll perception. Sorry,
Just roll
against her.
perception. No, no
You can,
worries, no worries.
you can target her, and there's a seek action on your sheet, and that should work for you. But you can also just roll the stealth.
I'll roll
Perception. That is not enough.
Damn.
Can't quite see
I'm
her.
gonna use my hero point here because I think I can. There we
Ooh.
go.
That is a well-spent hero point.
Um,
Reward a hero point to Lucca for his summon of the perfect creature given the circumstance. So I just awarded one to you, and that is because it's a critical success, which is yeah, it's an actual critical success. Does that make a difference for Seek? Critical. An undetected or hidden creature you critically succeeded against becomes observed. You learn the location of objects in the area you critically succeeded against. Oh. And becomes observed. So there's no added bonus. So it's
Okay.
just observed.
I mean, is it plausible that Augrael would have kept the Ghost Lantern out after that first foray?
Mm. I mean, you knew it was still around.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I don't think he would have put it away because we hadn't like gone anywhere besides opening that door.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, then he will activate it on this creature.
All right. So you shine the light on it.
I will post that. It has to make what is it? Basic will save.
All right. So there's like pale blue light from inside the lantern that flows out in a sort of like bullseye lantern, like a cone of light that seems to narrow towards the creature, almost like honing in on it as if it's bending around. Sure that it's fully enveloping the shadow. The shadow is like you can see again, it doesn't really have facial features that much, and they shift and change all the time. It's like the expressions kind of like jump from one expression to the next instead of actual muscles making the movements, and you can see it like jump from anger to fear to pain as it does its will save. Succeeds, so it only takes half of that damage, but that will still be enough. um and then with disbelief, she just keeps uttering no, 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 as she like starts to dissolve and just turns it into empty space. Nice work. That's 80 XP.
Good aim. Or...
What's
Nice.
that?
Good aim.
Good aim.
Lucca's just calling after the fading shadow. He's like, "You should have picked a form with physical remains that could be reanimated. You fool!"
Oh,
What
If
does
there are
that
any
take us up
shadows
to?
lingering, I don't feel that way. Just he does. Right.
How many hit points should we be at? Or not hit points, XP?
We're all plus 80, so I don't know where you started.
I don't know if you guys got some last time. I'm at 202, but I'm probably behind.
yeah, I also want 2 and 2.
Okay.
You have 202? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was on
I just
152.
tried to type it in,
Did
but
we
I think it's.
did we get maybe 50 for the previous? I may not have heard
I
that.
think when you missed, we did we awakened some portals.
Oh yeah,
Oh
you
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Likely that we forgot to give you XP for one of those portals, which I think was 50.
Okay. Um,
202
so that was 202 with the 80. Yeah.
Everyone should currently get 202.
Okay. Was Lucca able to identify the headwear?
Right. That was just a minor distraction here for a second. But that didn't stop you from attempting this. Unfortunately, no. You failed to identify the magic, and you're gonna have to wait a day.
Oh, this is some very unusual headwear indeed. He'll take it and like stuff it in his sack. He's like, I'll try again tomorrow. Maybe if I spend some time, can maybe consult with Morlapent, maybe I don't know, or
Can I take a look at that?
sure, of course. Well, if you think you can identify it, Souma, and he hands it over somewhat smugly.
Can,
That you can read smug features on his.
yeah, can someone identify it? So, was it the right?
Yep, you can try that. That should be a prompt in the chat.
Fine. Oh,
Yeah, Soma, you are much more adept at this apparently as Lucca, and you identify this. Oh, um, as a so-called mage's hat. So, comes in many forms. It grants you a +1 item bonus to Arcana checks and allows you to cast the Prestidigitation cantrip as an arcane innate cantrip.
so I guess Soma will take it, look at it, like try it on a little bit and say, "Oh, I see." Right, sorry, Augrael. It's one of those things. It's actually a stage prop that a lot of bars like this. So I knew I saw something familiar, and she like spins it like her finger, and like the head changes color in her hand. Like see, like a magic hat, and she will hand it back to him. It will look good on you. So,
I mean, of course, it's a magic hat. But I
Augrael's
mean,
just sitting there with his eyes like wide open, like this is awkward.
well done, Souma. Well done.
yes. Okay. Oh my God, Ottardo, is that the door behind you?
Hold on. First of all, somebody take it because it's currently still in the footlocker. Somebody should take it off the footlocker. And Augrael, you took that little codex, that little
Yeah.
notebook. Do you actually
Yeah,
look
he
through
came.
it as well? Of course.
Definitely, yeah. He's like,
Alright.
is this? Oh, thievery. Okay.
Yes, because as you like try to, it's like, oh no, you better be careful with this.
Oh no!
And
Inspiration.
so it's a regular failure. So let's see. We have one,
You're a
two,
point. You're a
three,
point.
four.
I already did.
Oh no! Shit.
So we have 4 pages or 4 formulas in there basically.
Oh no.
Or 3 gets disintegrated. So the book
Oh no!
the book no longer has the formula for giant wasp venom. So let me edit that. What is it?
Augrael like pushes out the pages accidentally. I'm sure those weren't important.
Before it even hit the ground, it kind of like crumbles away to dust essentially. But fortunately, The rest of the pages seem to be in
Wait,
shape so that you don't risk damaging it further.
wait. I think I have a thing. I think I have a thing. Don't I? I have a scroll of mending.
That might be a little late for that.
Augrael looks at the the dust on the ground. Think I don't think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But the
But the rest of it's fine. I'm sure it was nothing.
the other formulas you find inside are for hunting spider venom, giant scorpion venom, and malleus root paste. So it's the poison codex. Currently belonging to somebody named Sayora.
Very cool. I wonder if Siora was the shadow. I wonder if this was her room and that's why she came back to us here.
Certainly qualified guess that we can make.
I'm. Before we go anywhere, I guess I'm going to take the liberty of moving the pouch of emeralds to our stash.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
And I guess Augrael, do you have the hat right now?
I didn't take it. I don't know.
Should still be in the footlocker, I believe.
yes, it is.
It's
Yeah,
in the
just grab it.
footlocker. But, who's got it for now? Because I know Souma identified
I mean, I
it,
can hold it
so
for now if you want, but
I thought she gave it to you. Was all.
I'm sorry.
I thought I gave it to Lucca. No.
Oh, you gave it to me. Oh, I'm sorry, I
Yes,
misunderstood.
everything is confusing.
Okay. In that case, Lucca will take it. Lucca will take it back and kind of like flip it back and forth in his hands. Like, yes, right. Of course, that's what it is. Can you reveal it, Simon?
No.
It's still unusual headwear for me.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Luca, someone told you it's a mage's hat. All you need to know.
Okay.
Ah.
I see. Lucca puts it on his head, on top of his hood. He's like, right, well, this should be useful for arcana checks and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Further my already extensive knowledge.
Okay, so
Now that we've dispatched the shadow creature, can we take the pause?
Yes, I think it is finally can be done. Maybe safe here. Maybe safer, definitely. Than it used to be.
Yeah, if that was Siora, then we're probably good for a minute because that hallway definitely hadn't seen traffic in a while.
Yeah, and it was full of her stuff, apparently, as she proclaimed. Lucca's gonna check this closet just in case while we're waiting.
Wounds, I can affix this blood seeker beak for Augrael, if you'd like that.
Oh yes, please. Thank you.
and
Oh,
don't
so
forget
we're
that
refocusing.
there were
Okay.
two of those, right? Just don't forget that there were two of those.
Okay. I'm guessing you only have one attached at a time, and then it's okay.
Or is our talisman limited? Talisman is a small object affixed to armor, shield, or weapon. You must be wielding or wearing an item to activate. Once activated, burns out permanently. I guess you technically don't. Let's seek a beak.
Okay, so it's one per item.
But
Got
one
it, okay.
talisman per item? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Where did you find that?
Under affixing a talisman.
Okay.
I'll pick.
Yeah, I believe it. So, Luca, you check the wardrobe, you find a little bit of clothing, but it's all decayed into threadbare scraps. You can rest for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna grab some water. I'll be right back.
So
Lucca.
Augrael, you can pick. Does it say what is it affixed to?
It's a weapon.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll attach to the poor bastard then. I'm not sure.
Affixed to a weapon, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, cool. And then when I use it, I'll just drag that. Okay, cool.
Can I ask you guys a question? Because I was briefly prepping this adventure to run it for other people, and so my in character knowledge and my out of character knowledge are a little mixed up at the moment. What do we know? What have we discovered about Nimbleoth? Do you guys remember?
Well, I think we had just, well, not just, we had like quite a lore dump about its nature, right? We,
Yeah,
what all this,
Lucca even has the book.
yeah, the book from Nimble, how it, like nefarious ancient entity that now that book sort of secretly erodes everyone's willpower to start worshipping it.
Okay.
Okay. So you're all refocused and back up and running.
Yeah, I mean, someone will summon one of her magical instruments for the future. More or less ready to go forth.
Yeah.
All right.
And Ottardo will try the door.
And the door opens into a long hallway with a couple of stairs leading up, I think, a little bit up. Is that right? Hold on. Nope, actually a few steps down.
Hmm.
And then the hallway takes a turn to the east at the end.
Those cobwebs.
Yeah. What else could they be? And you duck under them and you walk around the corner and you see what's pretty clearly the back side of what must be a secret door. You see that it's clearly visible from this side, but it's not a proper door. It's more of like a prop door. And you would imagine that from the other side, it's probably well hidden.
Uh, Oil or Soma, maybe this is for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, is it locked?
you check it out, and it's you have a little bit of a hard time like figuring out how to open it, even
Oh,
from this
got it.
side.
Okay.
So give me a perception check. Yeah, Soma, you're looking for something mechanical or something like that. But Augrael, maybe this is just his intuition, but he tries a series of knocks, and finally the door becomes kind of ghostily incorporeal and allows passage onto
Whoa.
what looks like a balcony. And you see, you're welcome to step out a little bit so you can take this in a little better, and also that the others can come around the corner. Um, it's a pretty wide walkway that circles around in this cavernous chamber, and it looks out over the arena floor that you've already briefly stepped into 30 feet below. There are a total of 6 balconies with built-in seating that provide great view of the arena space below. and each balcony has a bright jutting from it, illuminating the entire arena while leaving this viewing level shrouded in shadows. There's an enormous metal gong on the eastern end of the chamber, and it's hanging on thick chains. And there are two steep staircases that lead down from the central balcony on the north side of the arena floor.
We we seem to keep finding our way back here.
And yeah, if you step onto the balcony and maybe even a little bit onto the edge, you can see from up here very well that enormous mass of parts, of body parts and creature bits and pieces and just flattened organic matter in some sort of gargantuan pile down below. And it just seems it's just kind of like piled in a heap, seemingly um uh, uh how to call that, like not hibernating, just you see dormant. And I'll also show you that Matt had the pleasure to see this yet and also take in the size of the thing. And luckily right now it doesn't look like that. It's just kind of curled up into a pile, and that just seems to be dormant at the arena floor. What do you want to do?
Oh,
Suggest we double back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lucca
it
is
can't
going
get
to-
us. It can't get to us here, right?
There's stairs over there.
But it's so large, surely it can't just sort of blob up the stairs.
Yeah, I mean those stairs are barred, right? I mean, look at the
Yes.
carapace. It can't fit through the bars. The bars.
You would also notice, hold on a second here. And you would also see from, if you look at the stair end in a portcullis that is currently
over the stairs.
down here. Basically,
Okay, so like they're blocked off.
yeah, they go down, and where they meet the arena floor, there's a portcullis that is currently
Okay.
lowered.
So, what slightly safer up here? Not that I'm suggesting we wake it, but perhaps it would not be unwise to try and determine what exactly it is.
Do you have any ideas?
Lucca would like to try a recall knowledge check.
All right.
It could be Jafaki.
No, that's a terrifying thought.
We're looking for a Jafaki.
Occultism or religion?
Occultism or religion?
You can do both. Don't need to keep track of the actions.
And I don't imagine that it's a spirit, devil, or aberration.
Well, it might
maybe
be.
not. Can I roll that as well?
Looks quite aberrant.
Occult. Religion. Oh, sorry. I guess these are supposed to be blind. And aberration.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Good rolls. This is aberrations. This is a lore. All right. Okay. I think that makes sense. So, remember when you were exploring these cells somewhere? I think it was on this floor, or it was a floor a level above, I think. Where there were these cells, and what first looked like the piles of some of the former inhabitants, just their mortal remains in a pile, turned out to actually be creatures that started to ooze out between the bars and into the hallway. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of strikes you as something quite similar, just obviously much more enormous in size and quite probably a much greater danger. So you would think that it might be a sort of flesh warping, uh, not maybe an accident, maybe it's a pile of discards that through lingering necromantic energy ended up getting animated of some sort. Um, Truly a terrifying thing to behold, and as you observe it from up here, you see that it has all of these bits of bone that are kind of lodged right on the surface of its uh, flesh, for a better lack of a word, and you feel like maybe it's able to like shoot those as a ranged attack. Definitely, it would be able to just slap you around with sheer force. Um, and if it's anything like those things that you encountered in that prison hallway, it's probably also able to separate its flesh from its bones, just like those things were, and squeeze through even the tightest of space. And I'll let you ask 2 questions about it. If you roll.
Oh boy. Uh, I guess it's I don't know how this fits into the normal rules, but Lucca wants to know it's about its degree of like intelligence or sentience.
Okay. Uh,
What its I guess what its ability scores are essentially. I don't know.
so you see quite a lot of like heads in there. So there's definitely a quite a significant amount of brain matter that is part of this creature. Um, but you doubt sincerely that this has any sort of actual intelligence to speak of.
Okay, it's just kind of all right. And I guess right now his other probably the most relevant question right now is if it has any like special senses, like how would it sense things? He's trying to figure out.
Yeah. Um, Given that it has almost, well, in some ooze-like consistency, and um, it does have legs, but it also moves like a worm for with a large part of the body. Would think that it has some sort of tremor sense.
Hmm.
Probably not very precise. Given all the creatures that seem to be part of it, which are a separate thing that you can't really identify them so easily just by bits and pieces, but they all are very pale. Some of them even have like transparent flesh, so you would think that it's probably made up of creatures from the deep, the deep underground.
Hmm.
Um, so that would also point to dark vision.
Okay. Yeah, Luca will quietly
Oh,
relay this.
and I'll give you
Sorry,
one
go
more
ahead.
thing. I'll give you one more thing, which is that given the large number of heads that are part of this pile, you would think that it probably has all around vision as well.
Yeah, kind of kind of assumed that as well. Um, yeah, Luca is like,
I'm sorry, Augrael. It will probably be immune to your precision damage again.
but yeah,
That's
he's
okay.
like
I
quietly.
don't really want to fight it. Right? I think that thing would throw me around.
Yeah, but Luca's like pointing out these features.
You notice the various heads of subterranean dwelling species likely give it dark vision.
He's going like on and on like this, pointing out the features of it.
But
Should we sneak by it or?
it may be exceedingly difficult due to its ability to detect tremors.
Yeah.
It can probably sense us even while dormant like that. As long as we don't get too close, we should be safe. But I don't know how far out its well, how sensitive its abilities might be.
All right. So as you stand up there carefully watching the giant behemoth on the arena floor, I'm gonna need some perception checks from everyone.
Someone comes up and pushes us over the side.
Yep. End of the adventure.
Perception check.
Just regular, or is the
Just roll perception.
Is that why we're still in initiative?
Oh, right, we are still. Oh, well, not technically, but okay. Um, all right. So I'll say this then. Basically, because this is quite a large space, so I don't want to make this too gamey and just have them roll a stealth as initiative and start combat right away. So what's gonna out is that most of you, Augrael, Lucca, Soma, you're all kind of morbidly fascinated with that pile of flesh and bones of the arena. But Ottardo, you have your wits about you, and you keep scanning the balcony. You don't want to you don't like being so exposed up here. And at some point, you see some movement down here to the south and up here to the north. And there are some medium-sized creatures. You have a hard time making out their features exactly, but they look almost reptilian, and they're clinging to the shadows, to the darkness of the balcony. And let's say everyone has an action to decide what they want to do, and then we'll take it from there.
um? Well, Ottardo probably had
You may point them out as free action, just to say that, and then you
yeah,
can choose your.
yeah, he'll do that.
Okay.
We got visitors.
Oh, what? Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, and if he points them out, you basically all see the same, like dark. Actually, not all of you, because Lucca doesn't have dark vision. Is that right?
I have low light.
Low light. But Augrael, you have dark vision, so you see this much more um, deep in a much more detailed way. As Ottardo points them out, you see. You look over there to the north and south, and you see these eight-legged reptilian creatures with an obviously nasty disposition. They have their heads lowered, and every now and then their tongue shoots out from beneath their what looks like quite powerful jaws. And there is a weird quality to their eyes that kind of draw your gaze to them in a strange way.
Can I make a recall knowledge as a action?
Sure, that would be your action though. So
Yeah.
take. Okay, yeah, but you can do that. Arcana or nature or any lore if you have something that you think might apply.
I don't think anything will apply to that. Let's see.
Okay. Um, yes, and you do recognize them. Um, and as you do, you immediately like try to tear your eyes away from theirs because you identify them as basilisks. They are,
Oh. Okay.
yes, they are, they are beasts in that sense, but they eat petrified flesh, and they have the ability just through a glance or by fixating their gaze on someone to turn them slowly into stone. So it's not like you immediately go boom and you're petrified, but you just slowly start to slow down until you become um, fully petrified, and they are closing in on you.
Like, don't look at their eyes. They can make you stone. As they're coming towards us.
Mhm. So what do Lucca and Soma want to do?
Well, someone does what she does.
That which is
Oh God! As Luke's going.
her plan. All right.
So
Okay,
what's
so
the
I'm gonna say
contract for this?
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say that that's even though it's obviously not necessarily an offensive action, but I would say that's clearly a sign that you've spotted them. You're readying yourself.
Hmm?
So they kind of like, as I said, they were sort of with their heads down. They were starting to trying to sneak up on you. But now that Soma takes this action, they become aware that you are aware of them. So we can switch to a regular initiative. And I will just roll for all of us. There we go. And we'll get into a regular combat round. All right, so let me go and see who's the first turn is. It's this one. Um, Speed is not so high, and it has out of range. Here it is. Okay, so it's gonna move 1, 2, 3, one action over here, and then another action over here, stepping into the light of one of the torches, and now you see it in its full weird alien-like glory. And that was 2 actions, so now it has just a third action left, which I guess it's going to use to close in even further. So it's not particularly fast, but it doesn't necessarily need to be. Soma.
Okay.
So this thing comes kind of switching from sneaking to sort of hustling towards you.
Well, uh, does that mean that Inspire Courage will run out right now, right? For this round.
Oh, that's a good call. No, let's assume that that's still in effect. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay. Very well. So I guess I will target this one. Also, unfortunately, we have to glance at it, and then this one, all 3 actions. Just
Hold on. As you begin your turn here, the one that's closer to you, it's close enough so that you accidentally glance at it. You can't help yourself. Give me a fortitude save. All right, but you're okay. Maybe Augrael was exaggerating.
maybe. Yeah. Okay. I want to cast Magic Missile on it with all 3 actions. If it says heightened +2, so does it mean that I should double Magic Missiles only with third spell slot, right?
So you're breaking up there. Can you ask that again?
Sorry. I am going to cast the Magic Missile, and it says that when it heightened +2, you should extra missiles. So does it mean that I double them only when the third level slots are used, right?
I would think so. I don't
Yeah.
have heightened spell. I don't know if you can
Okay.
comment on that.
I won't then. I'll just use normal one first level spell.
What is Magic Missile's new name?
I don't know.
Eldritch.
Force barrage.
Force barrage. Oh. Thank you. Yeah, so it would take a level 3 spell. All right, shoot at it. Roll damage.
Wait, is it acid? Or is it now any damage?
I don't know what you mean.
Never mind. One.
Okay, so that's 4 points of damage. And it shrugged those off pretty easily. That
Two.
was. Oh, I see.
And
4
three.
points. Another 4 points. Very consistent.
Yes.
Okay, so they definitely start to add up, and then we have the other basilisk, and it moves 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moves over here. That's its round. Ottardo. And Ottardo. You are also close enough. Maybe because out of the corner of your eye, you see that other basilisk move towards you, and against your better judgment, you accidentally sneak a peek. So you gotta make a fortitude save here.
Okay.
But you are also thinking that maybe Augrael exaggerated. Your turn.
Ottardo raises his shield. And then he will attempt to enter his dreadful stance. Come on, we know what to do here. Fails.
Apparently you don't.
And for his last action, he is going to avert his gaze.
Okay. You mind posting that to the chat just to remind ourselves how that works?
I just need to get up.
Yeah,
I think it's a +2. Yeah, just
I
need
had
to
it
add
way
it
before.
here.
All right, and then it's Augrael's turn.
All right, Augrael, since he has already recalled knowledge, he can use the first action to again do analyze weakness. He will step, and then he will swing.
All right.
You have Inspire Courage, or you should have.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, let me put that on the effect on me. Where is it? There we go. Okay.
All right, 28. Roll for damage.
All right. And this is gonna have analyze weakness and the sneak attack.
Ooh, 20 points of damage. That is a good, swift strike. Hurts the creature.
Excellent. Finally, my pointy end did some damage.
And it's Lucca's turn.
Yeah, Lucca's gonna. He almost never uses this, so we might as well actually have it do something. He's going to use the Staff of the Dead, and he's going to, with a quick motion, he's gonna snap the butt end of it into the ground, and a creature is going to come crawling out of the earth to stand in front of this thing. He's going to cast Summon Undead at 2nd level from it, which I don't know how to put that in chat, but that's what he's doing. And he's just summoning a straight up skeleton. What is it called?
Guard?
A skeleton
Skeleton warrior.
Skeleton soldier. Skeleton soldier.
Skeleton soldier. Huh. Skeleton soldier, not skeleton infantry.
Right, skeleton soldier, level 1 creature.
Okay, weird.
Sorry, Simon, you gotta I'm summoning all the things.
That's right. Uh, I'm, I'm just give you ownership here. Just get the bestiary token pack for Andre. Would make it a little nicer. All right, so where do you want it to be? You should have control.
I think I want to put it right in front of me. And it'll use one action to strike with its glaive.
Oh, that's a hit.
Dealing 9 points of damage.
Which the basilisk takes.
And then it will use its second action to set defense. It sets the glaive and gains essentially an attack of opportunity reaction.
Oh. Cool. All right. Basilisk's turn. It is going to stare at Augrael, which means that it fixes its eyes on you, and you must attempt this fortitude save.
All right.
Ooh, well, it's just regular failure because this is an incapacitation effect.
Okay.
Oh, but you're still, in this case, slowed. One.
All right.
Because you paired. Okay. All right, that was two of its actions, and then with its third action, it just snaps at you. And its powerful jaws bite you for 12 points of damage. And it's Soma's turn.
I don't have Nimble Dodge on. I'm not sure why it says I do. Let me make. I mean, I could use that as a reaction, right? Slow doesn't affect that.
That's right. Would you?
So I will use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll make sure that I uncheck it after this round because I think that's what. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Soma.
Okay. Yeah, I think I will try to continue relying on Inspire Courage this time. And I will make it lingering again. Performance.
Oh no. My skeleton can't be inspired.
Oh, mindless?
Yeah, it's immune to mental effects.
Oh, fortunate. You'll have to do it for him. But 21, I think 21 actually may actually be
22.
failure.
Yeah, 22 is the DC for level 6 creatures.
Oh, got it.
So, okay, never mind, but well, at least I don't lose my focus point. Boom. That's it. That's one action. Actually, now that we have made fortitude saves, like, can we tell if we are immune to this, or we have to just look at them again?
Sorry. Yeah, nope, sorry. Now that you mentioned that, so you hadn't, you just started, so you need to roll another fortitude save as you might accidentally catch their glance. All right, success. Okay, so it
Again,
doesn't matter.
you know what? Never mind. I will avert my gaze as an action explicitly now, and
Okay.
for my third action, she will cast Shield on her.
Okay. Then it's the basilisks down here. Bones are bones, so he's gonna try to petrify the skeleton using 2 actions to focus gaze on the skeleton.
Yeah. Skeleton fails.
Fails. So now it is load 1. And then as a second action, or a third action actually, like the skeleton critically hits.
Ooh, might be dead skeleton.
For 22 points of damage.
It is resistant to piercing, but that's not enough to save it.
Ottardo's going to use his reaction and grant resistance 8.
Lucca like looks over his shoulder.
Amazing. Ottardo is just.
Sparing undead now, are we?
Uh,
Yeah, so he actually he should actually have 3 hit points left.
All right, and then it's Ottardo's turn, and as you start your turn, you might also catch a glance. So you got to roll this one with your avert gaze bonus,
Just put it here.
which is kind of awkward with the timing because avert gaze
Yeah.
works until you start your next turn, and this ability is a reaction when a creature starts their turn. But I'll say that it still applies. Again, you're fine.
Okay, so raise his shield and he will stride. Next to Augrael. Yeah. And we'll try to smack the basilisk.
Okay. Indeed, you do. See that damage? Not great, but definitely satisfying to fight a corporeal creature for a change. Augrael.
All right, I'm slowed 1. I am going to. Let me double check on. I don't think I think it's just 1 turn where I get the recall knowledge. Sorry, 1 second. I just want to double check I'm doing it right. Yeah, I didn't critically succeed on my knowledge check, right?
I don't think so. What was your result? Where's your result? Augrael's perception. I can't seem to find your check result.
That's okay. And we're not. He's not off guard to me. We're not flanking, right? Okay. So he's just gonna take a swing, at this thing.
Oh, I did now, but it was not.
Okay.
Yep, you take a shot. Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, nice.
Let's see that.
Can I?
charge.
Yeah. Here we go.
23.
Nice.
Right. Yeah, you brutalize the thing.
All right. And
It's
he's
your turn.
slowed 1, so he has 1 more. And he'll
I
take a swing.
didn't realize you had an action left.
Yeah.
And this one.
All right, misses.
Lucca.
Yeah. Lucca has basically put this thing here to be a meat shield and to stall, so he's just gonna walk away. He can still see his minion, but he can't see the bad guys from here, so that's perfect. So he's going to cast this cantrip. And he's gonna use his last action to command the thing to keep fighting. Don't slow down now. Finish it off. And it will attack.
Right. That's a hit.
7 more points.
7 points. Okay. And then it is the Northern Basilisk's turn. And it's gonna hiss and back up. 1, 2, 3 with 1 move action, and then it's gonna stare at Ottardo.
Okay.
But you succeed, so it has no effect on you. And then it's Soma's turn.
Is near death. I think we'll do the in the courage. And I will try to finish off with telekinetic projectile.
The one to the north. Yep. Roll
Yeah.
for damage. Or roll. It's a hit. Look at you guys. When there's no concealment, you can actually do damage and all that stuff. All right. Yeah. You send a projectile its way, and it hits its head and knocks it out. That was your turn.
Yes, that's my.
And then we have the basilisk to the south, which is now going to stare at the slowed skeleton. So that one is going to have to make a save.
Yes. Let me make sure the right thing is rolling. There we go. Oh, succeeded.
Oh, that's boring. So then it'll just use its last attack here to snap its jaws at the skeleton and succeeds, doing plenty of damage.
Lucca will use the life block reaction.
Oh,
Well, actually, is it worth it? You guys finished off the other one. Well, Lucca can't see what's going on. He's just gonna use the life block reaction. He'll absorb 20 points of the damage, so it won't take any damage. He will take 10 of it himself, though.
how does it work exactly?
Yeah, right. Where the heck is it?
So you have
reduce the triggering damage by 10, but you lose 5 hit points.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's heightened.
It's heightened.
Like
it's heightened,
yeah.
so I can reduce it by an additional 10, up to 20 in this case.
Gotcha. Okay, so you reduce it by 20 and take 10. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, that was the basilisk's turn. Then it's Ottardo's turn.
Tar is going to strike twice next to the remaining basilisk and attempt to strike it.
All right.
May the
Oh, for a humble 18 points of damage. But it's sure injured. Augrael, you start your turn and are at risk of catching a.
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. You're already slow. You were already slow, so you already felt like all of your muscles and all of your flesh kind of like solidify in a way. And now that you caught another glance, Actually, that doesn't really happen on that. Just not on the side eye. Okay, so you just continue to be slowed. Fine.
Oh, nothing. Okay, nothing additional.
Nothing worse happened just now.
Sorry, I feel like I ask this every time. Moving through an ally space is
Fine.
just regular movement.
Yep.
Okay, then I can get here, and I'll swing once of this thing because I am slowed 1.
Amazing. There's the train again.
There we go.
Let's see that damage.
Okay, Augrael.
24. All right. Yeah, you drive that rapier in for great effect, but the creature still survives. Do you have an action left, or was that 3?
Nope.
Okay.
It was
Lucca.
2. Yeah.
Oh, it was 2 because of course. Okay.
Lucca's like, get it, boy, get it. Commands the skeleton.
And the skeleton does strike successfully, does 3 points of damage, but does not enough to kill it.
That's annoying. Okay. I think it is no longer protected, and I don't think I can cast it again because it has it's like shield. So what am I gonna do? I guess heal myself up for the damage I took. Because there's no point in if I step out, I'll only have 1 action left, and that's not enough to attack. So I'll just cast where is it? I'll just cast a light harm on myself. 2 action.
Okay. And then it is Soma's turn.
Well, I suppose we'll can just do the same thing.
Okay, shoot another projectile.
Yeah. Well, first we'll and then try get another piece of debris or rock or maybe a marble and try to put it into the skull of the basilisk.
But this
Perfect.
one is. Then
Well,
it's the basilisk's turn, and it's gonna direct its gaze at Augrael. Here's your prompt.
Let's see.
Ah, you stare it down apparently, or avert your gaze quickly enough, and it just
I don't want to be a statue.
and it backs up a few steps here. Ottardo.
First, Ottardo is just going to take a glance towards the arena to see the big thing is reacting to any.
Okay. I think that should be an action though, because you really have to, see if it's stirring in its slumber or whatnot.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so you spend an action looking for, and it doesn't really seem to notice that much.
Okay. And next he is going to stride up to the disc, and again,
And another critical hit for 32 points of damage. Nice one. This is enough to slam its skull against the balcony floor, and it just like cracks open, and the basilisk dies. 60 XP for everyone.
what should the total be?
60, 60.
No, I mean the total because I probably skipped
Yeah,
something.
262.
62, okay. Shouldn't it be more?
No. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Should
call it an even 500.
No, I mean the big shadow. Have gotten something for it?
So we got 80.
You got 80 for that.
It's included in the 202?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we started. I was just, it's a conversation here and there.
Yeah, you're breaking up a lot. No, we started at 102, I think.
Or yeah,
Something like that.
122, and then we got 80, and then we got 60, I think.
Yep, that sounds right. Okay, so you wait for a moment if there's more of these creatures emerging from the darkness, but no. Seems to be just those two basilisks roaming the balcony.
Is Augrael still slowed?
Oh, yeah.
It takes a minute, but eventually you're no longer slowed.
Okay.
Right. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that if all of that fighting did not stir the thing, then we're probably okay to stroll the balcony cautiously.
Cautious and quick. Let's go. Yeah. I mean, do you want to go top or he points top or bottom? I guess it doesn't really matter, probably, but
Let's take the long way around. I'm curious about that gong.
Do we see where is the gong on the map?
On the far side.
I see. Okay.
All right, so you walk on the balcony every now and then, peeking over the side, trying to see if the sleeping behemoth is stirring. And it is moving every now and then. Like there's a wet sound as it like adjusts its position in its slumber, but it doesn't really seem to be aware of your presence that much.
Lucca is doing something rather unusual. For once, he's not detecting magic. He's checking the floor to make sure there's no weak spots that are suddenly going to crumble out beneath us.
Okay, so you're searching as your
Searching.
exploration action. Okay, searching for hazards. Yeah, you make your way basically all the way across, and you see that giant gong hang there from the ceiling from those heavy iron chains. And then there's a set of double doors on the eastern edge. And the balcony continues to complete the circle.
Shall we check these?
I have a suspicion that they simply lead to a set of stairs, but, sure.
Yep, and indeed, there
Ah,
is a flight of stairs that leads a few steps
go
up.
to the murder room.
Indeed, we've made a full circuit.
Eventually, yes.
Lucca would like to try to determine if there's any magic or anything special about this gong.
All right, you inspect the gong specifically, but you do not detect any magic from it. You do detect magic from the torches, though.
Right. Well, I suppose that makes sense. Continual flame, Lucca presumes. I guess he'll take the time to read aura on the torches just to make sure that they have the right vibe.
Torch vibe check.
The vibe check concludes that they might that it makes sense. They might very well have a burning torch, everlight crystals, I should say.
Oh, what are they called? Emberlight crystals? Or do I
Ever-burning
not?
torches are now everlight crystals.
Oh, I see. Everlight crystal. Cool. Okay, yeah. All right, so interesting. Okay. I guess Lucca shrugs and like gestures to keep on moving.
Where haven't we looked here?
And Ottardo takes the lead.
There's another corridor if we double back far enough. Actually, a couple of them.
And as you finish this circle, you've come to this place here where uh, the balcony connects to the central hallway leading north. However, give me a second so I can find the right note. There it is. That hallway is quite stately, and it stretches all the way to the north. There are frescoes depicting powerful creatures in battle with each other adorning the walls. Pinpoints of light glimmer in the vaulted ceiling, and they ever so lightly illuminate the hallway with a pale radiance. There are some balconies that run the length of the hallway, 20 feet above the floor, and their low railings are rusty and twisted in some places. There's a stone bridge that crosses the hallway. And in this section where you're standing right now, there are several badly damaged statues that decorate the hall, but they're kind of like almost randomly positioned.
Are they statues? Or could they be...
Well, if you want to inspect them, you'll notice that they are exceptionally lifelike looking, uh, but the subject matter is revolting. One of them looks like those. Remember those like flesh slugs that had this ear-shattering scream? They were also known as grothlots. One of them looks like this. There's another one that looks like, let me see if I can give you a picture of that. Um, there's another one that looks like a weird cross between something almost elven in its features, and but then a spider body, and it also like a grotesquely misshaped mouth. So here's what that would look like, not as a statue, but in reality. And you've seen bits of this actually as part of that giant creature in the arena. Um, and then there are even more. Sorry, I'm getting through this. There's another one that uh, looks like more humanoid in shape, but it looks like it has hyper-developed muscles that were too much for its skin to keep them inside. So it looks something like this. And then finally, there's another kind of creature that is also humanoid, but has somewhat ghoulish features as well. And it looks like this. So there's yeah, a rather large number of these statues, but all of them have been toppled. Most look like they've been partially eaten. And there are only two statues that look that are in like reasonable condition. One of them being the one that I showed you last, and the other one being this large muscle creature.
Maybe the basilisk got him.
Probably.
I mean, I mean, out of character knowledge, I'm guessing there's a way to like rejuvenate them. Is there a check we can make to know how to, or
Well,
if it's possible?
you had a good nature roll, so you will know that the basilisk blood can, if it's not too old, can actually be used to, like, if you douse a creature with the basilisk blood, it can actually undo the petrification.
Do we wanna make and see if we can, or
Which ones are intact again?
The this one
he looks friendly?
and this one.
Okay.
I like the.
I mean,
That guy looks like he'd be fun at a party.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this, that they're completely petrified, including all of their equipment.
Oh.
I mean,
That's
I
actually-
guess we could at least give a try with the ghoulish one. I mean, we had pretty good track record so far.
I can always, if it's undead, I can talk to it as long as you guys hide, so it's not like freaking out right off the bat. And we can always apparently unpetrify their stuff and just take that.
That's how that works. That Augrael would know that you really have to like douse the whole creature
Okay.
and selectively. It's not like you can just paint parts of it.
Okay. just unpetrify its head and be like, so, are you friendly or not?
Exactly.
All right, Augrael.
Yeah, go for it. You go for it. Sorry.
Yeah, Augrael will like go back to the basilisk and maybe like, the whole creature's probably way too heavy for Augrael, but he'll like cut off a piece of flesh with like a significant amount of blood and bring it back. Do we want to try?
I'm starting to become morbidly curious.
Augrael nods furiously.
We'll never
Me
know
too.
if it's a bad idea if we don't give it a go.
Augrael is not making eye contact with Ottardo because he thinks he probably wouldn't want to do this. He's like avoiding it.
It
And if
sounds
no
like
one stops
we're
him,
in majority agreement.
if no one stops him, he'll douse the first one.
All right. So I mean, the basilisk weighs like easily 300 pounds or something like that. So you try to get a good amount of flesh, which still has a lot of blood in it, and you move it over there, and then you like. You'll probably something that looks siphoning gas from a tank where you would just like start sucking on it a little bit to like get the blood flowing, and then you squeeze it real hard to really douse the creature.
Augrael, don't drink all the blood.
And which creature? Sorry, I missed that. Which one of the two statues are you?
Do we,
The ghoulish one?
yeah, I'll do the ghoulish one first.
Okay, so you really douse the whole thing, and after a while, cracks appear, and some of the rock like cracks off its equipment, and the creature itself can it returns to a more flesh-like form. And now let me figure something out real quick because they're still using the old terminology. Okay, so Lucca, you're the only one who understands what the creature is about to scream as it returns to life, but it just shouts, seemingly in pain. "Oh, Chieftain Kerful, Belcora has need of the eye." And as he does so, he like falls down on one knee and then collapses entirely and just screams in pain from internal injuries for a while until he dies.
Whoa! That was intense.
Augrael like looks down at the blood on his hands and like so it kind of worked. Should I do the other ones?
Well, he said something rather fascinating there. I don't know if you caught that. Are you versed in your own undead tongue, Augrael?
That's not what it was. It was sackfroth. Usually,
A what?
previously undercom.
Oh,
Sackfroth.
never mind. It was not. It was not. It was in sackfroth, of course. Well, he did say something rather interesting. And, Lucca will relay that to everyone, so he's not the only one to inevitably forget about it later.
Interesting.
Belcora has need of the eye.
Aye.
I don't know who this war chieftain is either. Corfel. Belcora has need of the eye. Eye. Lucca's pondering that. He's like, an eye. Could that perhaps be a reference to one of those,
Lenses?
a lens, perhaps, for the light?
That would make sense.
Yes, oh. It might as well refer to the whole lighthouse in general.
Perhaps. Well, so anything interesting on this one's remains?
Yeah, I mean, all of his equipment shows clear signs of battle. So it's mostly used for
Ooh,
composite
composite.
short.
Ooh.
Oh, this here. Lucca holds it up and waves it around and says, "Does anyone here have good aim and also the muscles to back it up?"
Well, I mean, I can at least shoot it. And I have this thing, so I might as well have a bow to shoot it from.
Very good.
I think I actually did carry a bow, but I gave it to Augrael.
Yeah.
I, I'll pick up the. Maybe we switch
It's
later.
composite. It's composite, so you want to have a positive strength
Well, I have
to
plus
actually
2.
deal. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
What about the other one?
Yeah, I think Augrael's gonna go for it unless someone stops him. Probably. Interested. He just has obviously a morbid curiosity at this point. And what these creatures were doing when they got stopped, and how long they've been here, but wants to see what happens.
All right. So I'm gonna say this is over here. So you'd be standing right here.
Okay.
And as you splash or douse this one with blood, it starts out the same way. Like you see these cracks appear on the stone, and it like peels off and crumbles to the floor, and then slowly the creature's face begins to appear, and you can see. I mean, you already kind of saw it in the statue, but now that it's returned to life, you see that it's like in a complete frenzied expression, and as
Oh no.
it is restored, it just immediately, you saw that it was also frozen kind of mid-swing, and it just immediately like completes that movement, and it just catches itself for a second, and then just with another roar goes to attack. So that one's not going to be quite as convenient as the other one, which was really just a treasure delivery system. So um, there we go. We'll start the encounter with Soma.
Okay. Well, I mean, I have this bow now. I might as well check it out. So let's see what it can do. She was just admiring this new trinket of hers, and when another creature like cracks out, and so she will basically shriek and immediately pull the string. Wait, no, that's breaking composite short bow, ammo, arrows, and it is here. There we go. Roll. What? I'll take another one. I'll take another one.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Seven points of damage, which seem to hurt it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sweet, it works. Well, let's try the
Third
last
action.
one.
That is, yeah, but just a regular hit, I believe,
Is it?
because it wouldn't have hit after the modification, so it just gets turned into a regular hit.
Is it in the new rules?
No, it was always like that. So a natural 20 increases the level of success, and because a 22 is a miss, the natural 20 turns it into a regular hit.
Okay. Oh.
That's 10 points. Okay. And it takes that damage too. Doesn't seem to slow its rage now, though. Ottardo.
Ottardo will raise his shield, stride up to the creature, and attempt it.
That's it. Ooh, that's a good amount of damage. 15 points. Smash against its muscular body.
Sir.
You done?
Yep.
Okay, so then it's the creature's turn. So yeah, like I said, all the stone has kind of fallen off or turned back into flesh, but it still has this silvery, almost mirror-like quality skin, which seems to be very tough. You see nothing but muscles bulging under that skin, even breaking through it in some places, and it seems to be just angry, very angry. You're not sure if you don't speak its language or if it's just shouting gibberish, but it just spouts continued scream of something. It targets. Well, let's start with Augrael. Strikes you critically.
Ouch! Ouch!
Oh!
Ottardo is going to use his reaction here, so that's 8 points of resistance, and he will take an attack against it.
Okay,
Oh, I shouldn't have woken up this one.
that's a hit. That is 11 points of damage. Okay. Still attacking. So now that Ottardo is poking at it, it turns towards Ottardo to follow up with a second slam of its fist, missing. And then it swings its other hand around, where it was grasping a chakram, which is like a circular sort of kind of like, I think it used to be a star knife, maybe. So it's a circle with some blades attached to it. You can throw it, but you can also use it in a like dagger-like fashion. And he strikes at Ottardo, but misses with that. And then it's Augrael's turn.
Okay. I'll go start off with a recall knowledge on this thing.
Okay, that would be occultism
Okay.
or any potentially applicable lore.
Yeah, I think occultism will be probably best for me. Is it? There it is.
You have no idea what this
Okay.
is.
Oh
You just
God.
want to go away.
Yep. I'm gonna just swing at it. Um.
That's a hit.
All right.
And that's 8 points of damage. Okay. Third act.
And then he's gonna shield.
Okay. And Lucca.
Lucca was kind of preoccupied with the other guy still. He looks up, he's like, oh, it's that's nasty. Very ugly. He's gonna just blast it with fire, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. He's got one action left, so he's gonna be like,
You have a hero point left, and we don't have that
oh
much
yeah,
difference.
yeah, we're almost done. Yeah,
yeah?
yeah. Right, let's roll that. Reroll.
Oh.
Okay. Lucas is gonna be like, you've been returned to life only to die again. Your torture is unending, and he's gonna try to intimidate it.
Okay.
Should have done that first. He does have intimidating glare, so I don't think it needs to understand me.
Mm-hmm.
31.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it is frenzied in a somewhat frenzied state, but it still seems to be aware enough to be frightened by your litany. And I believe that's your turn.
Yep.
Then it's Soma.
Okay. First thing first, Soma will reassure Augrael by yelling at him like, "It's okay, Augrael. You didn't exist in this dungeon for eons just to fall here. So stay forth, and she will cast the. Wait, not this one, Sooth. I was going to cast the second level Sooth on him.
Yeah, he looks back at you, and it's like half of his face is almost falling off from that hit. He's like, "You're right."
You hold it in place while the Sooth watches.
Yeah, he's like, "You're right." Oh, thank you.
There we go. And actually, I still have one action that's not influenced by multiple attack penalties, so I will try to shoot it again.
Right?
And I miss again.
It's a Ottardo.
Ottardo raises his shield, and and then he will try to strike twice at this thing.
Finish it. Not like that.
Or not.
Oh no.
No.
And that's it for Ottardo.
Okay. Then it's the creature's turn. And despite being frightened, it's going to try to mess everyone up. So it's going to keep targeting Ottardo for now. Striking with that chakram again. Striking for 14 points of damage. Some of that being mental for some reason. Sorry, well, I'm not entirely sure. Give me a second. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's something weird about this creature's attack. Like, it cuts you with that chakram, um, slashes you, but it also it just hurts your brain as well. Where even though it didn't even come near your head, but you take that damage and then it strikes again. This time missing thanks to the frightened condition. Oh, that's the crit miss because of that. And then a final third slash misses as well. Augrael.
All right. Augrael will step over here and then try and hit this thing.
Ooh,
Nice, nice.
great timing for the train.
Yep.
Let's see that crit damage.
Yes.
Is that right? Oh wait, the Bloodseeker beak, the D4 should not be on there. So it's 2 less than that, but I think the rest is right. Yeah.
And you have the critical stabilization. The target is made off balance by your attack, becoming off guard until the start of your next turn. So not just for those flanking it, but in general.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, so you really like you pierce. Oh, did I do that to you?
Augrael took 43 points of damage.
That's not fair. Sorry.
No worries.
And you can take all of the conditions off of you. The thing should take that damage. Here we go. So yeah, you basically ram that rapier into its thigh, maybe, and it goes right through, and you pull it back out, and it's now like awkwardly leaning on the other leg, holding the bleeding um, appendage and being in a lot of pain. That was actually 2, so you have 1 left.
Yeah, I got one more. I'll swing one more time with it. Oh, I gotta pick it up because it made me. There we go. Sorry about
That's another hit. Wow. Okay.
that. All right.
7 points of
Nice.
damage. And that is, yeah, so you use the opportunity to continue your assault, but it doesn't kill it.
All right.
Lucca.
Yeah, Lucca realizes that it's weakened, it's left an opening. He's gonna try to see if he can't finish the job. There we go.
You strike it.
Uh,
Oh,
11
wow.
points.
Okay. You do 11 points of damage to it, and the fire washes over it. It burns the skin, and the creature just kind of like stumbles because it's already off balance on one leg, and it collapses in a heap. But then you see like the silvery mirror-like flesh rupture as it explodes in a
Ooh.
blast of viscera. And every one of you can please do this reflex save or be really grossed out.
Wow.
I think I'd like to use my other hero point.
All right. So
I still failed.
okay,
not critical.
regular fail though. Okay, so Augrael succeeds, Ottardo crit succeeds, Soma crit fails, and Lucca regular fails. Okay, so here's the damage. It's a basic save, so Soma, you take double that. Lucca, you take regular. And the others, I believe. No, Augrael should take half, and Ottardo take nothing. And then little of the creature remains except for that strange weapon that it was using. And you all
Is
can
it
add
shrunk?
another 60 XP to your sheets. And as you stand there, Somar just basically buried in a pile of viscera and bone and gunk. The others, various level of covered in that stuff. We're gonna fade to black. Exactly. Soma is that's maybe the last line of the session is Soma saying, "I think I'm ready to call this a day." Awesome.
Very fun.
Thanks. It's good to have Augrael back. A bunch of good scenes
Yeah.
today for him. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's nice when I crit a bunch.
Yeah, it's also nice to face fleshy monsters.
Exactly. Yeah.
The difference was very remarkable between the incorporeal ones and this one. Although with that lantern, I guess next time an incorporeal shows up, it might be a very different battle too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
And
Yeah, we'll check our schedules
Yes.
and hopefully next Sunday again.
Oh, yeah, I think it'll be fine.
cool.
Great. We'll figure it out on the
See you guys
Discord.
then. Hopefully you don't have a tornado,
Alright.
Simon. Good
Yeah.
luck with that.
We've been downgraded to a tornado watch again, but now we have a
Yes.
severe thunderstorm warning, so we'll see what happens.
Good
It'll
luck.
be fun.
Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you. Bye.